Hello friends, welcome to Patriator's English Academy. I hope you liked our previous video in which we described about the basic format of IELTS and an overview of its various modules. Today we are going to discuss the speaking module of IELTS in detail along with the tips and tricks. IELTS speaking is basically a face-to-face interview of about 11 to 14 minutes. Note that every test is recorded and is same for both academic IELTS and general IELTS training. It consists of 3 parts. In the first part, which is of about 4 to 5 minutes, examiner will ask you some general questions about yourself, your qualification, family, job, friends, etc. Here are few examples for you to have an idea about the type of questions asked in the first part. So let's discuss about the possible answers of some questions. First, the examiner will introduce himself and then ask you what is your name. So, an important point to note here is that do not just speak only the name. Instead, speak the full sentence like, my name is Rahul Sharma. Next, he will ask you questions as how may I call you. You can say, I shall be glad to hear my first name Rahul from your side. Similarly, he will ask you a few more questions. Now, we are going to discuss some tips of the first part. Do not give short answers. This means your sentences should be long enough to let the examiner know about your understanding of the English language. Confidence is the key to speak fluently. While giving answers, show your interest in the conversation by making an eye contact with the examiner. Be natural, focus on grammar and pronunciation as these are the things which will increase your bands. In the second part, the examiner will give you a cue card with the topic on which you have to speak for 2 minutes. You will be given 1 minute to prepare for this topic. Here is an example of the topic in which you're asked to speak about your favorite book and a few questions are there. You can cover these questions while speaking. Don't worry if you miss any. Now, there are tips for part 2. The examiner will give you a paper and a pen. Using that, you can make some notes if you want. I personally suggest you not to make any notes because our brain works faster than our hands. If you will try to write some points, you will have less time for preparation, and if you think for the points in your mind, you'll be able to describe the complete story. So, it's completely up to you. Introduction of the topic should be the best because this will develop examiner's interest in your speech. While describing about the topic, your speech should be natural. Going too fast or too slow will result in less bands. Also, it will show that you have crammed the sentences. End your topic with a good sentence. I would say practice is the only key which will help you speak fluently on any topic given to you. Here is the last part of speaking module, which is also known as follow-up round. In this, examiner will ask you a few questions from the topic discussed in part 2. This part lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. These are the tips for part 3. A broader range of questions will be asked from you in this part. I suggest you to speak more in this part as compared to the first one. Give examples to explain your answer. Using good vocabulary will help you make good impression about your knowledge of English language. If in case you do not understand any question, you can ask the examiner to repeat it. But do not do this for every question. Some examples are shown for you containing questions from part 3. I'll explain the possible answer of the first question to give you an idea. So, our first question is, do you generally read a lot of books or do you prefer watching TV? Why? You can answer this question like, I do watch television, but reading books is a much better source of acquiring knowledge for me because the books are more accurate. I prefer reading those books which help me to have a good command on English language. I have a number of books of my favorite authors which are written in English only. The knowledge gained from books is like an investment for future. So, this was all about the speaking module of IELTS. I hope this will help you to prepare for your speaking interview. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share our video. Thank you.